To introduce myself, before I introduce myself, though Anuja has introduced me, I'm going to quickly share my screen and then I'll introduce. Okay. So yes, my name is Priyanka Tiwari, and I'm HOD Mathematics of Primary Section at Alcorn International School in Delhi. And I, along with my department, we always keep on trying new tools, wherein we can make our classroom online classes interesting as well as engaging, wherein we, as well as our students, both of us, we enjoy it together. So before I start off with my session, I'd like to read this quote. Technology will not replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be very transformational. And this is one quote which I firmly believe in, that it is wonderful. It is a wonderful quote. And I feel, see, right now we all have been aware of many tools. We know many tools nowadays are available, and we all are exploring also. But all these tools, they can only create wonder if we are there to use it effectively in our classes. If we use our ideas and create wonderful, engaging classes using these tools. So today, one tool which I'm going to teach you all about is Google Slides. And it is equivalent to Microsoft PowerPoint, which I think most of all must be using. So what is different in it from Microsoft PowerPoint is, firstly, it's a web-based presentation software that enables users to create engaging presentations similar to PPT, what we have been working on. And here also you can add slides, pages, medias, hyperlink, and every other object that you've been doing in PPTs. The only thing which is new and which makes Google Slides different from PPT is it is a web-based. The keyword is web-based. So everything is stored in cloud. It doesn't take up space in your Gmail inbox, and most importantly, it's a collaborative tool. That means in one PPT, several people can work together in real time. Okay, so that is what one feature. I'll tell you how that is possible when I move forward. So what are the benefits of creating a presentation? It's easy to share. Easy to share. What I mean by that is generally what we do is when we make a PPT, we mail it as an attachment, and that takes up a lot of space in our drive, right? So what happens is if you make PPTs using Google Slides, you can share it with your colleagues, with anybody via a link, or you can even embed it on your website. Okay, it's easy to collaborate. As I said it earlier, you can access it anywhere, wherever you have internet access, you can access it. Though there is another way also wherein you can access it offline also. I'll tell you about that. And compared to PPTs, it is easier to add drawings, images, and videos over here. Okay, I'll tell you why it's easier. So how do we get creative with Google Slides? So before I tell you all the nuances, I would first tell you the 3 steps which are required for making a presentation good. First and foremost is always the purpose. What is the purpose of your presentation? Focus on the content and please make a rough sketch in a paper. It always helps. Secondly, the presentation. Start working on the presentation, add the pages, the slides, decide the order in which it should come in your presentation. And lastly, you work on its visual impact. How you can add animations, you can format text, how you can add transitions, okay? And of course, because it's Google Slides, so how you can collaborate with other people, that is an added feature over here. So moving forward, I'll tell you what we are going to learn today. We are going to learn 3 things in 3 blocks. I'll tell you how to access and create presentation in Google Slides, how to insert and format text or any other media. And then in the end, I will also tell you how to share. When I said it's easy to share, so how to share and collaborate with others. So with that, let's get started and let the learning begin. So now I'm going to quickly switch over and I'll close this presentation and I'm going to share my Gmail page. Now, before I'm going to share that page, one thing I want to tell you all is what is the prerequisite if you want to work on Google Slides. The first condition is you should have an account at Google. Okay, you should have a Google account which is free, which we all know. So Google it account is generally free, and most of you all must be having your Gmail account also. Here you can see my Gmail inbox. So what I'm going to show you is how to access Google Slides through your Gmail. So there are three ways in which we can access. Okay, so I'll tell you all the three ways. Before I move further, how to access it, I again repeat, you need to have a Google account. Okay. So if you don't have a Google account, you can create it on google.com, and you can create it is a simple Gmail account where you can create. And if you have a Gmail account already, you don't need to create again a Google account. You can go from Gmail itself, and this Google Slides is there inbuilt in that Gmail inbox. How? I'll show you. So first way, how do we access it? You can open your Gmail account, and on the top right corner where I'm moving this hand, you see these dots. When you click on these dots, you can go to Google Drive, and from Google Drive you can go to Google Slides. Or is what you can also do is you can also do one more thing. You don't want to go through Google Drive, you can just scroll down. When you scroll down, you will get this Google Slides. You click on it, and you have your Google Slides open. So this is one way through Gmail, your inbox. Second way is, let's say I'll show you through Gmail only. I said that you can also go through Google Drive if you remember. So how do you do that? When you go on this, and when you click on these four dots, and when this Google Drive is there, you can click on Google Drive. When you click on Google Drive, it opens in a new tab. So this is my Google Drive. It opens in a new tab. Okay. So therein, if you see this plus new sign over here, top left, where I'm hovering my mouse, here, if you click, you get the drop down menu, and here it's written Google Slides. Click on it, and you will again get a Google Slide tab open. So these are the two ways. One more way, the third and final way I'm going to tell you. I hope you all are noting it somewhere. So whichever way is comfortable to you, you can do that. Okay. So third and final way is you can go to your browser. Okay, and you can type slides.google.com. Okay, I repeat, in the web browser, slides.google.com, and press enter, and then you have your Google Slides open. So these are the three ways wherein you can open Google Slides and you can create presentations. So this was about access part. I hope it's clear to everyone. Okay, so I move forward now. So we have opened our tab. This is the interface, and as you can see, it is very clear. It is very self-explanatory. Here you have it's written start a new presentation. You have a blank template, and then there are few ready-made templates. On the bottom over here, you have any presentation that you have opened or made using Google Slides. It will show over here. Now, since there were many, so you can see these are the presentation I've worked on along with all the other details. So if I want to, let's say, view more templates over here where it's written template gallery, you have this drop down arrow. Click on that, and you will see that there are many options available to you for the templates. And these are categorized. So one is personal, let's say your big idea, your wedding, anything, general presentation, recipe book, yearbook. And for us teachers, there is, if you go down, you have this education category also, and there are many other templates available. So it's up to you. When you use a template, the benefit of using a template is many things are stylized over here. It's customized and it gives a very professional look. So you can go for templates, but since it's a tutorial class today, so I'm going to go for a blank one, so that I'll show you all how to create your own slides and designs. So you click on blank. So here, yeah. So this is the main dashboard, I can say, of Google Slides. So moment you click on new presentation, this is what opens in front of you. I hope till here it is clear to everyone. Anuj, do tell me if you see any question in the chat box. So when you open this presentation, this opens up on the right hand side themes by default. Okay. So what is themes? I tell you what are themes. Themes are simple uh, slides which have inbuilt design. Okay. So they have color code. They are color coded. There are many designs if you see over here, and you can choose any of them for your presentation. Okay. So let me choose a theme. Let's say I want to go for, okay, I would like to go for this coral. Click on that, and I have this theme over here. Okay, then you need to close it so that your workspace becomes clearer and you're ready to work. So when we say theme, what happens? What is the difference between a theme and a normal blank slide is, when I've chosen this coral theme, and if I want to add a new slide over here, top left, if you see this plus sign, okay, over here, this is a small bottom arrow. If you click on that, you will see that these slides over here, whatever layout over here is, they all are customized as per this theme. Mainly the coral colored theme, based theme is over here. Okay, so this is the beauty if you choose a theme from over here. Okay, so let's not go for that. Go for a template. So I've chosen one theme. Now let us start working on it. So this is just one slide, and I need to add more slides. So let's say if I'm making a lesson plan. So in the last session, I made up lesson plan on science. So today I want to take up on English. So let's say I'm planning a lesson plan on parts of speech. Okay, I'm revising. So here, if you see, it's written click to add title. It's quite explanatory. We will click to add title and we'll click to add subtitle. Okay, so before I start doing all these work in the slide, I would like to first bring your notice to these menus which are over here. They are very similar to Microsoft PowerPoint, but you should know what is the use. If you click on file, you get to know that you need to, when you need to open a new presentation, open, import slides, make a copy, for everything else or download, you need to click on file menu. Edit menu, of course, it's very explanatory. View is how you want to view your slides. Insert is the menu which we'll be using a lot because everything is here. If I want to insert any media, it's over here. Formatting is, it gets highlighted. If you see, it is not highlighted right now because it is for when you select any object that needs formatting, then this thing gets highlighted. Okay. Slide is if you want to do anything on the slide. So first, before I start doing anything else, we will go for this. Okay. So let's say I have chosen one slide from the theme. This is one my theme slide, okay, title slide. So if I want to, let's say, add another slide to it, but with a different design, I don't want to go for the designs which are inbuilt in this theme. What do I do? What do I do is, I go over here, top left, okay, top left, just below the Google slide icon, click on it, okay. When I click on add a new slide, I get this. This is customized as per the theme I have chosen, right? But I want to change it. I don't want it to look like this. I go on the slide menu. Okay, so right now we are learning how to customize our slides. Okay, how we can design our slides. So click on slides. And here, if you see, there are many options available. I'm going to go to change background. I don't want to change the entire theme. I just want to change the look of this particular slide. So change background. When you come over here, you get the option of changing the background using colors. So if you see, there are many options over here. When you click on the drop down, I can choose any color. Let's go for a light, okay, if you see, it's in the background, it's visible how it will look. Okay, I can choose a color, I can choose an image. Okay, I can choose an image as a background, and I can add whatever I have done the changes, I can add it to the theme. So I will not tell you how to add to the theme because it requires little more advanced explanation. Let's not go into that. So what we are going to do is we are going to, I'll show you how you have changed the color, right? And then you'll click done. If you see, the color has changed. Okay. But oh no, I'm not happy with this color. It's not going with the theme, the font of the theme, right? So there are two ways. Either I change the color of the font or I change the background. So I change the background so that I tell you how you can change the background using an image. So again, the slide is selected. I go on slide menu. I go on change background. And over here now I'm going to choose one image. Okay. Choose image. It's buffering. Okay. So insert background image. See, there are many options available. If you have something ready-made in your system, in your laptop, you can upload. You can use your camera of the laptop. By URL photos, there are many things. Okay. And one good thing over here is, that's why when I said in the beginning, easier to add media is here. If you say, see, it's written Google image search. Click on that. Okay, so your Google Chrome opens just inside your Google slide. No need to go on a new tab. Over here, I'll simply write, I generally like abstract apps. So I'm going to write that again, abstract background. So I get few options. So I'm going to take the very first one available because somehow I am finding it beautiful also. So I click on the image which I like. Okay. And here, moment I clicked on it, if you see at the bottom, this thing has come, insert. Click on insert and done. Now wait, and your image is here. Okay, if you see, the background is here. Now I have done the slide design. Okay, and let's say if I want this, I just wanted this slide, this title slide to look like this, and I want my rest of the slides, whatever I want to do on those slides, I want them to have this background only. Okay, so what do I do? No need to go and do all of this all over again. You just have to click over here, right click. Okay, right click, and then click on duplicate slide. Okay, you have this slide. This is one way of duplicating. You can right click and duplicate, or you can simply, but do one more thing. You can do right click. You can do copy. Okay, and press Control V. How many slides you want to add? You just keep on pressing Control V. So let's say I'll keep it to 5 only. Now this was all about slide design, adding slides. I will also tell you how to delete slides. Let's say I think I don't want to put 5 slides in my presentation. So whichever slide I want to delete, I'll just select it. How do you select it? You just click on it. I click on the 5th slide and right click, and I can go for delete, or you can even click on the slide and press the delete button from your keyboard. It goes away. Okay. So this was all how to add slide, how to delete a slide, how to design a slide. Okay. Now we'll move to the second step, that is putting the content of our slides, putting the contents, the text, the videos, the images. Okay. So let us now start. Let us come to the title slide. Yeah. So before I start putting the content anywhere, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first give a name to my presentation. How do you name a presentation? On the top right, top left, sorry, if you see over here, it's written untitled presentation. Just click on it. It gets highlighted like this and start typing whatever name. So let's say parts of speech. This is the name I want to give to my presentation, and anywhere outside over there you just click and your presentation is renamed. Okay, parts of speech. Now let us do the content part. Okay, so this is my title slide. It's written click to add title. So you simply click on it and add the title. See, moment you click on it, it gets this text box gets a blue border if you see. Okay, so you can type on it. I'll give the title parts of speech. Okay, and to add a subtitle, I can simply write a recapitulation. Okay, so I've done this. I've done my adding also. Now let's say I'm not happy with the way this text is appearing. I want this parts of speech in one straight line, not one below the other. So can I do that? Yes. So now what we are going to learn is how to format a text. So this is the text. So a first rule, whether you want to edit or format anything. In further also, when I tell you how to format an object or a video or an image, please remember first rule is you need to select it. Select नहीं होगा तो कुछ नहीं होगा. So let's say, how do I select it? You just click on the text box and you just, if you click on the any one of the corners, it gets selected. Okay, the entire text box gets selected. Or else you can just bring the cursor over here and by pressing the left button, you can drag it like this and your text is selected. So there are two ways. The best way I prefer is click on the any corner. It's easier. So let's say I've selected it. Now what do I want to do? I want it in one line. Okay, so let's say how will it come in one line? Over here, top, when you come over here, you see these options are here for formatting text. I can make it bold. I think it's already bold. Let me see. Yeah, it was already in bold. So when I removed the bold, it has come in one line, if you see. So I'll let it be without bold feature. I can make it italicized. I can underline it. You just need to click on it. And I can change the font color also. So let's say text color, though I'm happy with white, but I'll just show you how it changes. So you can choose any color. Let's say I'm going for very dark magenta. So this also is quite visible. Okay. And I can also increase the size of the font by over here. If you see this, a number is written, it's written font size. On the right, you have plus, it will increase. And on the right, left, you have minus, it will decrease. So I think it is good enough. The size is good enough. So I'm not going to do anything over here. But I'll do one thing. I'll show you how it increases. I'll just click on it. You see it's increasing. What if I keep on increasing? It will go down, right? So let's get back. Yeah. Now I want to change, let's say, the style of the font, how the text is written. So I go over here where this Lato is written. Now this Lato font was selected because I chose this theme. So I click on this arrow drop down and there are many options available. You can go for whatever you like. I would go for the formal one, that is Times New Roman and parts of speech. Okay. So parts of speech or recapitulation, I've done this much. Let's say my title slide is ready. I'm going to the next one. And before I do any recapitulation of with the students, I want to insert one image. I also want to insert one video. How do I do that? Okay, let's, if you all can see over here, because it was a part of a theme. So here it's already, there is a dialog box, a text box. Okay, so I don't want this text box because I'm going to insert an image over here. So what do I want to do? I'll delete this text box. Anything if I want to do, I need to select it. So if you see any corner, click on the corner, press delete, and the text box goes away. Okay, so I've done away with both the text boxes. Now I'm going to insert my image. Click on insert, choose image, and then there are these options: upload from computer, search the web. I'm going to search the web. Okay, so this is the beauty of Google Slides. If you see, you can immediately search the web by staying within the slides itself. Okay, you don't have to go to another window. So I click on search the web. On the right hand side, if you see, this Google has opened up, and I'm going to write over here parts of speech. Okay, so here I get, now this is what I'm going to add is a one more word so that I get what I want, chart. It's not coming, so let me rephrase it. I'm going to again do it so that I get what I want. So what I'm going to do is parts of speech in English grammar. Let's go for that. Okay. And I want something wherein all the 8 parts are written. I'm not getting it. Okay. I write the number also. 8 parts of speech in English grammar. Okay. So I am not getting it what I want. So what do I do? So there is one more way out. Though, so see, but the point is, you can get your image from here itself that you have learned, but since I am not getting what I want from this, so I'm going to go in my Google Chrome, the new window, okay, and I'm going to search over here. So I write parts of speech in English, and I'm going to go for images, and over here I'm going to take, let's say, I want to take this one, yeah, I want to take this image. So I right click on it and copy image, Control C. I come back to my Google slide, and over here, Control V. So I have this image. Okay. Now I want this image, I want to position it. I don't want it on the left side, it's left aligned on the slide. I want it in the center. So what do I do? You can either drag it. How do you drag it? You just see, now my cursor is like an arrow. It's looking like an arrow. Moment it changes into this sign, what you see, that is four-sided arrow. That means this can be dragged. How do you drag? Wait for the cursor to become this sign. Okay, when it has become, press your left button down and you can drag it wherever you want. Okay, so here it is, and you leave it. It's like this. So this is about moving the object, moving the picture. How do you resize it? Let's say I want to make it bigger, smaller. So what do I do is, these corners if you see, and these small squares on the sides if you see, these can be used for it. So you just drag it, again left button down and drag. See, it's becoming like this. Though my suggestion is, whenever you insert any image and if you want to resize it, always resize it from the corner. Okay, because as I said in my last session also, it keeps the ratio and proportion of your image intact. Okay, otherwise it looks like this, a broader, more broader. So anyways, this is what I wanted to show you, how to resize this. So we have resized this image. Okay, so we have done this recap. I also want to show a video to my students about these parts of speech. What do I do for that? I'm going to insert that video in my third slide. So I bring on the third slide, I click on it. Now I want to do away with these text boxes. So corner, click on the corner and delete. And now I want to insert my video. I go to the insert menu. I go to video, click on it. And there are three options available. Either you can have a video through URL, okay, through Google Drive, if there is a video in your Google Drive already stored, or you can search on YouTube over here itself. Okay, so let me try if I get the video of parts of speech over here itself. Oh, lovely, I've got it. Okay, so I'm going to go for the, by the look of it, I feel the third one is good because it's 6 minutes only and it's shorter also. So I'm going to go for this video. When I click on it, moment I click on the video that I want to insert, this blue button, select button gets highlighted. I click on select, and wait for a few seconds, and your video is inserted. Moment this video is inserted, what happens is, along with this video, by default, if you see, this format dialog box has opened on the right hand side. Okay, so here you are going to format. You can play, you can do any formatting. Let's say I want this video to start moment this slide comes up. So what I'll do is, if you see over here, by default it is by play on click. That means this video will only start playing if I click on it. Otherwise, if I want it to start by default, that is moment the slide comes up, I click on this arrow and I can choose play automatically, play manually. It's all up to me. So I'm going to stick with play on click, because, and I can also choose the time from where I want this video to play for my children. Over here, if you see, start time and end time, but let's not go into those details. What I want to do is, I'm going to close this format of box, and I'm just going to show you how to move this video also. Okay, so I'm going to move this. If you remember, moment my cursor, when it's an arrow like this, it changes into a four-sided arrow. Press the left button and you can drag it wherever you want. Okay, I want it to be a little bigger also, more space it should cover on my slide. So I go on the corner. Moment this arrow becomes a double-sided arrow, press your left button down and again drag it. Leave it, and I see that, okay, this is a little bigger and according to what I need. So my lesson is it complete? I have my title slide, I have my image, let's say, and I have my video. But what do I see? I feel that the video should be shown first and the image should come later on. Now what do I do? फिर से सब कुछ नहीं. What do I do? You simply can drag and drop the slide. I'll tell you how. What you need to do is, I want to make this third slide as the second slide. So what do? I go on that slide. It is selected. If you see, it's little light pink in color on the borders. And what I'm going to do is, I going to press my left button down, keep it pressed, and I'm going to see move it up. If you see, it's written move one slide, and then I leave it. So I have brought my video first. So this is how you can move the order of the slides also. You can change, okay? Drop and drag and drop. So now this all is done. And last, in the end, I want my students to, let's say, answer. Yes. Yes, Anuj.
Sorry, ma'am. So we can take a small, I think, 2 minutes break and ask teacher if they have any questions.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
teachers, if you have any question, you can ask through chat. Uh, Also, ma'am, can you show a small process, because some of the teacher having the problem of uh, like creating new slides, like how to copy the same slide. So can you just show the process again?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. So let's say I want my slide, this fourth slide, which is blank one, I want it to be copied. Okay, I want a similar slide with a similar background. So what do? I just right click on it and I click on duplicate slide over here. From top, if you see, come down and come over here, duplicate slide. So here, moment I click on it, I have this fifth slide come up with the same theme, with the same dialog box and text box. Okay.
Thanks,
Or
ma'am.
else control C and control V, always there. Control C for copy and control V for paste.
Great,
So,
ma'am.
yeah, shall I move forward, Anuj?
Yes, ma'am. We can wait for 10 seconds more. If the teacher has any question, they can ask through chat. Teachers, if you
Okay.
have any question or query, you can ask through chat. I'll try to take to ma'am. Ma'am, can you quickly show the teacher about the theme, how they can access the theme?
Yes, let's say I want to, now this is what the theme I've already chosen. Let's say I'm not happy with this theme, this coral background. So what you can do is just go over here, slide, okay? In the slide menu, you come at the bottom. You see it's written change theme. So over here, if you want, you can click on it. Moment I click on it, this theme dialog box opens on the right hand side. and you can choose whichever theme you want for your slides. Okay, so I'll choose one so that the change is visible to you all. Let's go for this. See, moment I chose that theme, the entire slide, it has changed like this. Okay, so this is wherein you can change the theme and then you need to close it.
Thanks, ma'am. Ma'am, you can move forward. Teachers, please
Oh,
do share your questions. You also need to create a Google slide presentation throughout the session. So please, if you have any query or question, you can ask through chat, and I'll try to take to the your questions through ma'am, so that we can get the better idea about the presentations too. Ma'am, you can go forward.
okay, okay. So continuing to the coming to the last part, that is, let's say how are we going to create a quiz? Okay, a quiz for our students. So let's say if you have a worksheet which is already there with you and you want the students to answer something on that. Okay, you can paste that worksheet over here as an image and you can have the answers. Okay, but I'll take that later on. Now what I'm going to tell you is how you can create your own quiz right here in Google Slides. So let's say your students, they have seen this video, they have recapped through this image what are the parts of speech. Okay, they have done this recap also. Now I want them to, let's say, identify the different parts of speech, okay, in a given sentence. So let's say I want to go for that and I come over here. I'm going to insert a text. Okay, so insert text box. And when I clicked on text box and moment you come on the slide, you see my cursor has changed into a plus sign. So I'm going to press my left button down and drag it. Okay, so I drag it like this, and I'm going to write a simple sentence. Let's say the teacher, sorry, okay, the teacher taught children using Google Slides effectively. Okay, so I've just taken one sample sentence. Pardon me if there is anything wrong, but to my knowledge, it's perfectly fine. So the teacher taught children using Google Slides effectively. Now I want my students to identify what all parts of speech are there in this sentence. Okay, so before, let's say, first I'll make it a little bigger. So I'm going to increase the size first a little bit. I'm going to make it bold also. Okay, and I'm not going to underline anything. Okay, there are two ways. It all depends upon what your how you want your quiz to look like. If you want, you can just write. You can just ask the students to identify the different parts of speech orally while you're doing it in your class, and you can very well write it over here. Okay. Another way is if you want the students to identify the different parts of speech what you have underlined. Okay, so that what you can do is, if you want, you can just, let's say I want them to identify what is effectively over here. Okay, so I select this. I'm going to change the color of only that word. I'm going to make it blue, and I'm going to make it underlined also. Okay, let's remove it. I have one more idea, and I'm also going to do one more thing. I'm going to underline this, the, okay, and I'm going to change the color. I'm going to underline it. Let's say I'm going to underline it. And I've done two things in my sentence. Now I'm going to put a question over here. Okay. Identify the part of speech of the blue, of the word in blue. Let's say the word in blue. Okay. This is my question one. And what I do is question one. Okay, And similarly, I can add one more question. Let's say identify the sentence, identify the underlined word, what part of speech it belongs to, and there can be many. Okay. So I'm just restricting to one question deliberately because I want to touch upon animation. So let's say this is what, and you can use multiple sentences depending upon your need. I'm going to go for one only. Okay. So let's say I've done my quiz also, and I want the children to answer. Okay. And what I want to do, one more thing is, I'm going to write the answer on this here itself. Okay. And I'm going to write, okay, what part of speech is this? It's an adverb. Okay. It's an adverb. Now you don't need to save this presentation. Okay. Let's say when I'm going to show this lesson, my lesson is complete. Okay. Please don't remember, you don't have to use one sentence. You can use many sentences for your quiz. So I'm just assuming that we have used many. And since my presentation is complete, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly see how it will look to us, appear to my students. So I'm going to my main slide over here, the first one. Okay. And I'm going to click over here, top right, present, if you see. Okay. If you click on present, this is the way your slideshow will look, your presentation will look. See, you click and it will move forward. Okay, this is the video. See, it's not playing because if you remember, I had done the setting of playing it on click. When I click, it will start playing, but I don't want it to continue, so I just pause it and I'm going to move to my next slide. This is the image. Then I come to the quiz. But oh no, what is this? Before I can ask the question to my students, my answer is right there on the screen. So what do? I need to do something for this, right? So here comes the role of animation and transition over here. Okay. So transition and animation, the difference is you add animation to the content of your slide. That is to the picture, to the sentences, words, and you add transition to the slide. How the slide will change when you are presenting your presentation. Okay, so these are two different things. So what I'm going to do is I'll first work on this quiz part, then I will show you how the transition works. So what I saw, the problem with my quiz was the answer came straight away on the screen. I wanted to wait before I want to ask the children, and then I want to bring the answer on the screen. So what do? I'm going to animate it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you need to select it first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, click on it, and I'm going to select this word adverb. Okay, and I'm going to wait. I click on it. Okay, and then I'm going to select it, and then if you see over here, I'm going to make it a little, wait, yes. Transition and animation, yes. So over here, if you see, object animation comes, okay, right hand side. If you click on transition and animation, here it comes, object animations, okay. So I select this and I'm going to click over here, add animation. And what I see over here, this by default, it is fade in. I'm going to change it and I'm going to change it to fly in from left. Okay. I want my answer to come flying in from the left. Let's see how it looks. So okay, so what do I do? Sorry for the disturbance. What do I do? If I want to see how this animation looks, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on play. Click on play. So this, I'm so sorry. This animation has happened on the entire text because I selected the entire text box. See, but we have seen how this animation appears, right? what I'm going to do is, see what I'm going to do. If I want only the answer to come first flying in and not the entire text, okay, so what do I do? See, I'm going to insert a text box. Okay, I'm going to insert a small text box over here, and I'm going to put this entire answer, okay, in that text box. Okay, so that only my answer comes flying in. So I draw this text box over here, and I put my word, my answer over here. Now, if I select this text box and I'm going to add animation over here, okay, this one, add animation, and I'm going to make it fly in from, let's say, from top, okay, and let's see how it appears. So the entire thing came flying in from left, the entire question and the sentence, and my answer will come flying from the top only when I want the children to see. Is it fine? So this is the way you can hide the answer. And let's say I want this answer also to go away. Okay, once it's visible, I also want it to go away. So first you need to stop it. Okay, stop the play, and then on the same text box you can add one more animation. Okay, so I'm going to select it again, and see, one animation is this, fly in from top, and I'm going to add one more animation that when it comes flying in from the top, I also want it to go away, and I want it to fly out to bottom. Okay, let's see, play this. So let's say when I want to show the answer to my students, I click, the answer comes flying in, and when the answer is done, I want it to go away, it goes away. So moment you put these small animations, okay, your presentation, your quiz, it will become so interactive and so interesting that your students will enjoy. Now it all depends upon your creativity. I have just shown you one type of animation. Okay, you can do multiple, it's all up to you. You can cover and uncover the same text. For that, you can watch the previous session that I had taken. That is another type of animation to create quiz. So this is what I have done for the animation. And let's say, let's go to transition, how the slides will change. So what I want to do is, if I want to do any transition, click on any of the slides, go over here, slide menu. Okay, you can go from here, or moment you click on the slide, if you see, this transition menu has already come over here. Okay, you can click on change this. Over here, if you see, there is no transition over here, it's written none. Over here, this is the drop down arrow, click on it, and you can choose. My favorite is cube. I like it very much. So I'm going to choose cube transition. I can reduce the speed of the transition. Okay, this I can do it for, let's say, till here, and I can apply this cube transition to all my slides. So click on apply to all slides. When you moment click on apply to all slides, if you see this small, these circles, concentric circles, they have come on the left hand side of all the slides. So that means all have it over here. Let's say I want to preview it. Let us not preview it over here. You know how to see it. Let us see it finally when I'm presenting it, how this slide transition will look. Okay. So let's say click on present. So this is the way we present over here. Just click on present and your slideshow starts. So if you want, you can add animation to this title slide also. Please explore. The possibilities are endless, numerous. And so was our title slide. This is the transition. You saw it, the cube changed the sides. Okay, here is the video. I'm going to stop it first. Then the next slide and the last slide with the quiz. If you see, because I had put animation, it won't come straight away. When I click, the question comes, okay, with the sentence. And when the children have given their answers, you can show the right answer to them, and you can take away the answer also, and you can go to the next question. Okay, so this was all about how you can create a presentation in Google Slides. I have shown you all the basic features of the Google Slides. Now, the last part, the last segment of this session is when the presentation is done. I had said in the beginning that it doesn't take up space, it's easier to share and collaborate. So I'm going to tell you about that part. How do you share with anyone? You don't need to go and attach it like an attachment with your mail. If you want to, let's say, send this lesson plan or this presentation to your colleague, and you want her to, let's say, add few more questions to this quiz slide. Okay, you are done till here, and she will add now quiz slides to it. So see how beautiful it becomes. You can share it with her, and you can also collaborate with her. What is the difference is when you share it with her, that means you invite her to open this slide and work with you. Collaboration is you can collaborate in real time. If I share this slide, I'll show you how you can share, then I will tell you how to collaborate. So let's say I want my colleague to add few more questions in the quiz slide, but I'm not sending an email, right? I'm just sharing. So what do I do before sharing? I want to give this instruction to her. I'm not going to send a WhatsApp message now. So what do I do? Top right, can you see this icon over here? Comment. This is the comment icon. If you click on it, two things will open up: notifications and comment. Click on, and this comment has a plus sign. Click on plus. See, this comment box opens up. You can write over here, please add three more questions. Three more questions. I'm writing it for my colleague in the quiz slide. Okay, I've written it for her, and then I need to click on comment. Okay, so this is the comment I've posted. I've also given the instruction now. If you see, moment a comment is being posted here on the slide, fourth slide, left side, if you see this icon comes and one number is written. There is a comment over here on this slide. So that a colleague can come over straight over here and see. Now I want to send it to her. Okay, I want to share it with her. So click on share. This dialog box opens. Yeah. So there are two ways you can share. One way is you over here, if you see, you can add the IDs that you know. Okay, if you know with whom you want to share, you can simply type in their email IDs and you can do on done, and it will go to their email. Okay, it will open in their Google Drive. They don't need to download it. Okay, so this does not happen. Another way is, this is the easier way everyone can do. I'm going to tell you how to do this by using a link. Over here, if you see, it's written get link. Okay, click on that. Got it. Now by default, what happens is this get link option does this. You can share this link with your colleague, and she can click on this link and she will be able to access this presentation. Now, before you don't want her to, let's say, only view. So what you are going to do is, first thing, you are going to change this. Over here, if you see, it's written only people added can open with this link. You're going to change this first and change it to anyone with the link. Okay, so anyone with whom I'm going to share this link, even if I want to share this link in the chat box, though I'm not going to do that. Yes, so this link will be available to all of you, and you'll be able to add in this presentation itself. Okay, now when I'm sharing this link, what do I want that person to do? Do I want him or her only to be a viewer? No, I wanted my colleague to add something to edit. So click on the drop down arrow and click on editor. So now I have done the required permissions. I have done anyone with the link can access it, and that person can edit it. Now done is here. Now you can do copy link. Okay, copy this link, click on it. Link has been copied. Click on done. Okay, this dialog box closes, and wherever you want, if you have your WhatsApp web open, you can share it on the WhatsApp web. You can share it through your mail also. It's entirely up to you. You just need to paste that link, and that link will I'll just show you how the link appears. I'm going to add it over here itself. Let's say, if you see, This is the link which I had copied from there. So this link is, it goes like this. You can paste it anywhere, whichever platform you want to use for sharing purposes. It's entirely up to you. Okay. So this is the way you share with your colleagues. You can, if you wanted to be, if you wanted to share it with your students, there are other restrictions which you need to apply so that students and use it. In fact, Google Slides can be used as a very interactive worksheet also, but then that requires another session wherein you change the look of the slides into A4 sheet and you paste your worksheet. But we'll do that some other day. For now, I think Anuj, I've covered everything. Everything is done from my side. Let's see if teachers have any questions.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the presentation, for the beautiful sessions too. Teachers, if you have any question, you can share through our chat. You can ask your question through our chat, and I'm going to run our second poll, which is about how comfortable do you feel now with Google Slides, and how would you rate this session? And I request all teachers to please do participate and let us know your comfortability level with Google Slides now and the rating for the today's sessions. Uh, so Griza ma'am has asked that where we can save the slide and share with the kids. So Priyanka ma'am, where this slide saved, like where it's saved on the desktop or on the cloud, and how they can, if they want to share to the students later, how they can share to.
See, as I said, two things I would like to emphasize. First thing, you don't need to save these presentations. The presentations that you make in Google Slides, they are auto saved. Okay, they are saved and they are saved in your Google Drive. If you see this icon over here, can you see this? This cloud over here. So this is actually, you can access this presentation from your Google Drive itself. It gets saved over there. Okay, so whenever you go and open your Google Drive, it will be there. So it does not go on your desktop, it does not take space over there. So this is one part, where it is saved and how it is saved. It is saved automatically, you don't need to go do control s or anything. As far as sharing is concerned with the students, see, there are many things, many ifs and buts are there. Let's say if you want this entire lesson plan to be shared with the students along with the quiz, that means what you need to do is you just need to, let's say, put the questions. Okay, first thing, you will need to remove all the answers, and you also need to give permission to the students to edit the slides. Okay, but then in that case what happens is, all the students, they'll be because students are very creative nowadays, so they can go and change anything over here. So as I said earlier also, if you want this to be shared with your students, I suggest you share the lesson in the class, you show the videos, you show the images. Okay, or you can, this image that you see over here, okay, it can be saved as a background of the slide. When you save it as the background of the slide and you lock it, what happens is this, any student, any naughty child of your class will not be able to do any mischief over here. So you have to be little careful, so what you are sharing with your students. And then let's say the safest part is, you just share the quiz slide with them. Okay, wherein you need to write these sentences, because every student will have this right of editing it and you don't want every child to change the question. So you need to add this question in a different way, as a picture, not as a word doc. Okay, not as a text. You need to add this, you need to type it in your word doc. There are many ways. And then you need to snipping tool, if you know how to use, you need to snip this sentence and paste it in your quiz slides, so that no mischievous child changes the question that you had put to your students. Okay, so this is one suggestion which I think I want all of you to follow. So I hope that clears ma'am's query.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, Teacher who are asking that if they can present the Google slide during their online classes. Yes, you can. As ma'am is presenting on the Zoom, you can just simply share your screen Or you can also do, you can just share the link which you can copy from the share option, and then you can share through the chat, and then your student will be able to see the Google Slides. You can provide them access for a viewer, so they will not be able to make any edits. They can just simply view the slides, and then they can share their learning during the online classes too.
Yes, I would like to add, if you are sharing the lesson plan, then share it as a viewer. And if you're adding sending the quiz slide, okay, you make a separate one and then you make them editor and then share.
Yes, ma'am. And teachers who are asking how we can convert the slides into PPT. So, ma'am, can you go to the file? Can you, yes,
Means
file option?
yeah, you just
Yeah.
need to see. Yes, Anu, you wanted to say something.
No, ma'am. So, ma'am, I'll just show a quick process. So, teachers who are looking for saving the Google slide on desktop, like if they're not feeling comfortable to save on Drive, there's another option. You can just simply download it. You will not
Yes.
be able to edit on a desktop version because there is no desktop version for Google Slide, but you can simply save it, and it can be saved in a format of Microsoft PowerPoint, PDF document, image document, or a ODP document. So teachers who were asking how to save in a PDF format, you can use the file option, go to download, and then you can save it in a PDF document. Yes, ma'am.
And when you decide to save it as in JPG or anything, what happens is your each slide, not all together, each slide changes into an image. So that is what happens. So
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
better you save it as a PPT and download it on your desktop.
Great, ma'am. Uh, any more question, teacher? Please share your question through the chat. And meanwhile, I'm going to share the assessment form link, which you need to attempt in order to get the certificate. So I'm quickly going to share our assessment form link. And within the assessment form, we also have provided a page, a space where you can share the link of the slides you have created. So please let me know if you are able to access the assessment form. You can just simply click on the link, and then there are some basic questions which you need to answer so that we can access the learning of today's session. And then there is another section where you can add the link of the presentation you have created today. In a meanwhile, yes, Griza ma'am, if you copy the link on WhatsApp, you can still use the slide for online classes. Your student will be also going to use the slide for the for their learning too. So, and the teachers who have missed out the steps, we are recording this session live. So you can just simply go to our YouTube channel and watch this recording. I'm also going to paste the link of our live class recording in our chat. So you can just save the link, and then you can watch the recording as per your time suitability. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Priyanka, ma'am. Raman, ma'am, saying that this is the very easiest way to understand. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. So if anyone have any question or query, please ask.